Down the Road Show is a product of Murdock Worldwide Entertainment. This is Down the Road Show. This is entertainment, all up in your face.
So anyway, here's long story short. I'll just continue talking, just tell me to stop, which is difficult. But I call my parents up, and I'm the only actor in the family. There's 7 kids, 6 boys. I'm the only actor in the family. I call him up. My dad, at first, when I started acting, of course, you know, I have a teaching degree, and he's like, so I got offered a teaching job in Toronto. And thank you. Are you a teacher? Yes. What do you teach? Economics. What? Okay, what? Okay. Good for you. Jesus, I'm not good with numbers or anything like that. Thank God I can string a couple lines together. Anyway, so I got offered a teaching job, and I told my mom and dad, and I said, listen, you going to take it? I said, I'm not going to take it, because I just, been acting a little bit. I said, I just want to pursue the acting this year. My dad's like, for God's sake, you're a teacher. Teach, man, teach. I said, well, Dad, I want to pursue this. And he goes, acting. For God, when are you going to start playing this game? I said, Dad, but they're very, all right, that's not what you want. I said, you all told me, no matter what I do in life, as long as you have fun and enjoy yourself, right? He's like, all right, I shouldn't have said that. So anyway, I ended up moving to Vancouver to pursue the acting thing, and I go there, and there's a show called The X-Files. I did an episode of The X-Files, right? So I call him up. I said, Dad, I got a partner. He goes, he gets the acting lingo down now. He's like, I call him up. My parents are older. I'm not a 6 out of 7, so my dad's like almost 80 now. And so I call him up, and it's like, I go, Dad, how you doing? Janet, it's Paul on the phone. Any gigs? That's what he says to me, like gigs. That's the acting term. I'm like, yeah. Janet, I go, yeah, I just got a part. Janet, you got a gig? What is it? I said, on The X-Files. He goes, how much does that acting pay? And I told him, he goes, bloody fantastic, man. Great stuff. That's a boy. Hey, he's a big actor, Now he loves it, right? So now, this is years later, I get Stargate Atlantis. I call him up. I said, Janet. I go, Dad. He goes, Janet, it's Paul on the phone. How's it going? I said, I got a part. Janet, Paul got a gig, another gig. Fantastic. What is it? I said, I'm playing a doctor. You're playing a doctor? Fantastic. Janet is playing a doctor. I said, he goes, what is it? I say, on Stargate. Stargate. I said, yeah, Stargate. Star Trek. No, I said Stargate. Star Trek. No, Stargate. Star Trek. I said, no, Stargate. Stargate Atlantis. I said, it's not bloody Stargate. It's Star Trek. I've been watching it for years. I said, no, it's Stargate. Stargate Atlantis. I should know. I'm the one doing it, Dad. You don't raise your voice to your old man. Here's your mum. Janet, Paul's on the Star Trek. My blood is boiling, right? My mum comes on the phone. Are you on the Star Trek? I'm like, yes. I'm on Star Trek. That's fantastic. Bye. That's my family. Love them. Anyway, so that's it. It went out from there. I was on the Star Trek, and yeah, they finally, even watching an episode of the show with them, they live in a farm, they came in, I had videotapes of the episodes and stuff at the time, they come and sat beside me in the couch, and my mom cannot sit still, right? She's like, would you like a cup of tea? Would you like some toast? I'm like, just watch the show. Here, hey, Janet, shh, keep it. And they talk during the whole thing, right? So we're watching it and watching the show, and, is that you right there? I said, no, I'm the other guy. My mom's like, that's not him. I go, that's not me either. I'm the Scottish guy, the Scottish accent. And so David starts talking. Is that you? I go, no, I'm the other guy. I'm right there. All right, hey, take it easy, hot shot. And at the very end of it, I can't even sit with him, right? I just kind of walk away. I'm like, that's not bad, man. Hey, are you doing a Scottish accent? I'm like, yes. I'm Scottish, Dad. All right, fair enough. God, so annoying. I guess, and so anyway, we ended up doing 5 seasons of the show, But Beckett went through all those different, ups and downs, obviously, exploding tumor, weird. Back, thank you very much. And then, the show got, canceled after 100 episodes, which in television nowadays was just huge numbers, I think it possibly could have went a little longer. I think a lot of people do, That's right. Don't know if there's going to be a movie. Doesn't look that good, I don't think, but who knows what the future will hold. It'd be nice if they did something, and and if Beck was part of it, I'd surely love to do it. It's one of my favorite roles I've ever had a chance to play, which is a lot of fun. I mean, it's a great character. The thing I like about the character was so much humanity in the character. And there's a lot of fun, but at the same time, he can be serious. And once in a while, he can pull a weapon out. Albeit a needle or something. But it was just like a lot of fun as an actor. You get to do all those different things. It's cool. Playing. I remember my brother, who is a doctor. I call him up. I'm like, Jason Momoa, who we love, who's Conan the Barbarian. Yep. Who I beat up as well once. I call him like Marmaduke meets Chewbacca. It's the combination. He's like, buddy, I love you. I'm like, let go, you're breaking my ribs. And we hang out quite a bit, and it'd be like a Friday, like a Thursday night or something. We get the new episode would start on a Friday sometimes, and I'd be like, oh God. And so David and my character, we, as you know, talk a lot in very big medical jargon for me, and David, it's scientific jargon. So you go through the next script, and you kind of go through it as an actor, like, you kind of, before you read it, you kind of pop by and see where are my lines, right? Where do I come in and see how much I have to do? So Jason go, do you get the script? I'm like, yeah. He goes, can I see it? I'm like, yeah. And he go, all right, I'm going out drinking. I go through it. I'm like, all right, it's not bad, not bad. Giant monologue, medical, alien, Scottish jargon. I'm like, God. You're like, Paulie's not going anywhere tonight, are you, buddy? I said, no, I'm not. I'm memorizing stuff. So you have to do a lot of memory work to it, It's just like one of those things. So I call my brother Mike up when I don't understand something. I'm like, what does this mean? And can you say it with a Scottish accent for me? About, some sort of like, the retro dream, a retrovirus, and all these crazy big words. So it takes a long time, and David and I would both go, Joe and Jason they're like kids, like children. They'd be playing on the other side of camera while you're trying to do this huge scene. There's like Tori's dying on a bed. There's this conveyor belt of like this thing going across her, there's noises, and you're like explaining what's wrong with her, why this, this retrovirus is going to kill her or something, going on. And those guys are like punching each other in the background because they don't say anything, right? And they're like, David and I'll do these long monologues, and they'll be like, and Joe will be like, all right, I'll see you guys in a bit, and just walk away, or Jason just stands there and nods and gets up and goes, I'm going to eat something, So it's just like one of those things you go, but that's what you do. And they go, okay, moving on, next scene. But no one ever goes, hey, great job memorizing all those lines. It just does, it's just what you do. Like Jason, but when the big stunt days, he'd come and like roll over and like, kill 5 people in one shot, and he'd be like, yeah, that's what I do. I kind of wanted to be him sometimes, to be honest with you. But listen, I can start taking some questions. If anybody has any questions, you can just yell them out or come up to a mic or something. I can probably hear you, but no questions? Okay, I'm out of here. Okay. Oh, okay, you tell me what to do.
So how did you decide to become an actor?
I'm one of 7 kids. When I was born, I came out, I guess I was a little bit late, and I came out and I had a huge head of hair. And my mom looks at me, she goes, oh my God, look at me, he's like a wee beetle. We'll call him Paul. And she goes, you're a character. My mom would kill me because I was born in Scotland. I was born in the house because I came out, I was late, but then I came out early, and they had to have me in the house, And I always tell people that, and I always say, but I just add a little more drama. I always tell them I was born on a kitchen table. Mom goes, you were not born on the kitchen table, for God's sakes. I go, Mom, it's fun, a better story. Don't you tell anybody that story. Horrifying. You're born in the bedroom. Cheeky little bugger. And I say, you're acting ever since you're born. Stop it. So yeah, no, I was acting, and then I was in school. I did a teaching degree, not economics. I have teachables in history and sciences and biology and physical education, and a minor in theater. And then I started dabbling, started doing television commercials, and then doing a lot of plays and theater in Toronto. And it kind of just exponentially grew like that. And I started thinking, I can make a bit of a living doing this, and I really enjoy it. So I got into it a little bit later in the game, I guess, being late, being like in just early 20s sort of thing. And then it just kind of went from there. And when I got to Vancouver, a good friend of mine, Tom Cavanaugh, who was on a show called Ed. Did you ever watch that show? He was Ed. He's from Toronto as well, one of my good buddies. Him and I were roommates in Vancouver for a while, and he went down to LA, and we just started getting more and more acting jobs, and hopefully he stays like that, because I really love it. I love acting. It's one of those things where I don't wait for the phone to ring. I always try to create my own projects and do things like that, which is like I think a lot of actors. I don't want to be one that just waits for the phone to ring. You gotta, in a business like this, it's based in rejection. Unfortunately, that's how the business is. You have to know that going into it, and don't take anything personally. Like you go and do an audition, And they all say an actor's best audition is in the rearview mirror on the car on the way home, to himself. Because I always go to an audition, I just want to do my best and never say coulda, shoulda, didn't. I want to come out and say, I give them a little piece of Polly, I call it, give them a little piece of me. If they want me, they want me. If they want somebody else, they want. It could be as simple as my eyes are blue and, oh, that doesn't match the kid that he has. They have brown eyes. We have to get a different, that's it. Like, it's nothing personal. But it's a very difficult business. But I meet so many actors that, just get angry and upset about it. But you can't take it personally. You have to create your own work. So any aspiring actors out there, you just got to work really hard at it if you're going to do it. Speaking of which, great outfit.
Thanks.
What do you got?
Did the directors of Stargate have something against doctors or something? Because they killed off Frasier in SG-1, and then they killed Beckett. So I'm wondering if they just had something against doctors.
Probably. Is this vodka? Delicious. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. That's what everybody says that, And Tara Rothery is a good friend of mine. She's fantastic too, and I really enjoy hanging out with her. And she's actually at the very first convention I did, the German one. And before I go on stage, I'm like sweating, right? I'm like, it was a smaller crowd than this, but when you haven't done anything like this before, you're like, oh my God, it's so nervous. I mean, all these people are looking at me. What am I going to say? And Terrell's talking to me in the hallway. Have you ever met Terrell before? She is so energetic. It's like the Energizer Bunny or something, and she's like on, and she'll sing on stage and stuff. I'm like, oh my God. So I go up there, and I'm waiting. We heard I talk in the hall, and they're introducing us, right, and all the guests that are at the convention, and I'm standing there, and she goes, just take, you'll be fine, you'll be fine. And Tara Rothery, and all of a sudden, she just turns into a different person. She jumps up on stage, kind of wiggles her bum, and does this, woo, and she's like dancing, and then they haven't even aired Stargate yet when I was there, Atlantis. So then they go, and Dr. Carlson Beckett, Mr. Paul McGillion, and I walk out, and I'm like, and it's like, crickets. I'm like, hi. And Terrell's like, oh, it's okay, come on, Paul, gives me a big hug. So it's nerve-wracking at times, It's kind of fun. But I don't know what they have against doctors, and it's terrible. Doctors help people.
Rampage Fitness Academy is located at 23681 Via Linda, Suite A, in Mission Viejo, California, 92691. Call them at 949-830-7267. Cardio kickboxing, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Muay Thai, regular boxing, yoga, or women's classes only. Rampage Fitness Academy has it all. Check them out at rampagefitnessacademy.com.